the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified. One moment.
How many people do you think will die in the first 5 minutes of an E.M.P.?
I would say none. Because of the E.M.P.? Very few.
A couple 100,000 in the first 5 to 10 minutes.
From what?
Because there's over 2,000 commercial aircraft in the air right now. And a significant number of those, if they got hit by a major E.M.P., it shuts the computers down on the plane. And even if you have Sully up front piloting you into the Hudson River, that plane's going to fall like a rock. So a couple 100,000 within minutes.
E.M.P. bombs. Can the world be reset? In this video, we will talk about one of the most dangerous and destructive weapons of today, the E.M.P. bomb. Many people do not know what an E.M.P. bomb is and how it can reset the world. What is an E.M.P. bomb? The E.M.P. bomb, electromagnetic pulse, is a type of weapon that uses nuclear explosions to create an electromagnetic shockwave. When an E.M.P. bomb is detonated, it emits a large amount of electromagnetic radiation that can damage or destroy all electronic equipment within a certain radius. The E.M.P. bomb was developed during the Cold War as a strategic weapon for the United States. The idea was that in the event of a nuclear war, the E.M.P. bomb could be used to disable enemy forces without destroying cities or killing civilians. However, since then, many countries have developed this weapon, including the U.S., China, Russia, and North Korea. In other words, theoretically, North Korea would have the possibility of resetting the world. How can the E.M.P. bomb change the world? If an E.M.P. bomb were detonated in a populous location, it could have devastating consequences for society. Imagine being without electricity, running water, transportation, communications, and access to the internet. All of this would be possible if an E.M.P. bomb were detonated. The E.M.P. bomb could trigger a series of events that could change the world as we know it. Without electricity, modern society would collapse, and we would return to a primitive state. Most electronic equipment, such as computers, smartphones, and cars, would be useless and irreparable. Hospitals would be without power, becoming unable to treat patients. Food and medicine production would be interrupted, leading to widespread scarcity. National security would be jeopardized, and governments would have difficulty maintaining order. The effects of an E.M.P. bomb would not be limited to the area where the bomb was detonated. Electromagnetic radiation would travel through space, affecting other places around the world. The consequences of this event would be felt on a global scale. How to protect against an E.M.P. bomb? Although the E.M.P. bomb is an extremely dangerous weapon, there are measures that can be taken to protect against its effects. Governments and other organizations have developed defense strategies to protect electrical and electronic systems against a possible E.M.P. bomb explosion. Some of the protective measures include the use of Faraday cages, the storage of critical equipment in secure locations, and the use of backup power systems. Conclusion. In summary, the E.M.P. bomb is an extremely powerful and dangerous weapon that can change the world as we know it. Although it was developed for military purposes, the effects of an E.M.P. bomb explosion would affect society as a whole. It would be a global catastrophe that could have terrible consequences for humanity. It is important for the general population to understand the risks associated with this weapon and for governments to take measures to protect society against its effects. This includes investing in protection technologies and raising awareness among the population about the dangers of an E.M.P. bomb.
If we truly have an outage that is nationwide, that lasts 9 months, the E.M.P. Commission, they found that as many as 90% of Americans would die.
90% of Americans, that's what's 90% of 360 million people. That's,
yeah, so it's like 300 million. So
300 million people wiped off the map just like that. And how long did you say that would take?
9 months.
9 months? And what does it look like if our power grid goes down?
So it really becomes almost zombie apocalypse. And it's horrific because we think about loosening the rule of law. And so we have George Carlin, a clip from, one of his comedy tours in a movie. And he says, you can't count on the police or the National Guard. They'll be at home protecting their own family.
The very first strikes are high high-altitude E.M.P attacks, frying electronics and power grids by creating an electromagnetic pulse of tens of thousands of volts per meter. The next strikes target command and control, as well as nuclear launch facilities. Land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles take about half an hour to arrive.
EMP threat. What's the probability of that happening?
So an EMP, it can be the end goal. You can't create it like in a movie where it's like a little electrical battery that just sends out a pulse. It has to be something of a larger explosive. EMPs are also the natural byproduct in a nuclear detonation. Most people, when they think of a nuclear bomb, they think of a nuclear bomb that comes and is delivered by a rocket, hits the earth, and then explodes. Creates a mushroom cloud and a fireball. What they don't realize is that a nuclear warhead can be detonated at any altitude. A large warhead at a high altitude, you would have a huge EMP. Anything that's got a smart chip, modern day cars, cell phone would be neutralized. Your old school Chevelle should still be good to go, but your Tesla would not go anywhere. It'd be a brick. The more likely way that we would see anything like this happen is we would first see a cyber attack that would neutralize our ability to identify the incoming weapon that would discharge the EMP.
Do you think that this is a realistic scenario?
So now we'll start today's lesson. So we know that, and that I think that second or third video where the guy said it would be about 9 months, but it would happen faster than that. That's why the Lord said, behold, I would come quickly. So one thing about it is we got to be watching, praying. So these times are upon us. Rumors of wars are all over the place. So there's already rumors of cyber